Sir, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
morning.
Sir,
I'm
we are
fine.
ready for our 2026 Golden Jubilee, sir.
Please to come.
Sir.
You know, as a president of Odisha Orthopaedic Association, I carry a huge responsibility on my shoulders. This is our responsibility to carry out the vision and the legacy of our seniors and the founders to next level. With this responsibility, I feel little bit excited, anxious, and overwhelmed.
How did it all begin, sir?
And sir, we are in the 5th generation or maybe in the 6th generation of the orthopedic surgeons in our state, sir.
How was the orthopedic department started in our Odisha state?
And sir, how the Odisha Orthopaedic Association was formed, sir.
It is a story worth remembering.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is a glorious history. We should go to the past. We are proud of our teachers and mentors who have laid down the foundation of Odisha Orthopaedics. Because of their dedication and perseverance, today we are standing tall.
Sir, please tell us a story, sir.
In this humble beginning, Professor Dr. Radhacharan Mahanti laid the foundation of orthopedics in Odisha. He is rightly remembered as the father of orthopedics in our state. Foundations are never built alone. Their alliance transforms struggle into structure and vision into movement.
At 1960, there are no orthopedic surgeon in Odisha, and also in other medical colleges. First, Professor R.C. Mahanti came as an orthopedic surgeon passing from Patna University, and he became the first orthopedician, and he joined SC Medical College as a junior teacher in surgery department.
My professor, my boss, my mentor was Professor R.C. Mahanti. So initially the orthopedic department was under general surgery department. When it was separated and Professor R.C. Mahanti became the first teacher of orthopedics department.
He opened a new unit, orthopedic unit, and after that, 1961, the orthopedic department was recognized. At that time, in 1960, accident department, first in Odisha.
Professor Tejaswar Rao. He was a person who had done his MCH abroad, then came back. And he was known very well in Odisha, and finally became the president of Indian Orthopaedic Association.
He was our first vice president of Odisha Orthopaedic Association. He was also president of Indian Orthopaedic Association. Best PG paper competition in his name. And everywhere he goes, we follow him. Because we feel proud that whenever he is there, if we stand like this, everyone say they are P.T. Rao's student coming.
People used to ask, where are you from? We used to say, I am from Odisha. Oh, the land of Jagannath. Or sometimes people used to say, oh, the land of P.T. Rao. We proudly remember the Jagannath of our Orthopaedic Association.
Well, Professor P.T. Rao was a big man. As a postgraduate student attached to Professor Rao, it was your duty to write his prescriptions and explain to patients. And then he had a big car those days. It was Nissan 118 NE. And then I used to sit with him, and he used to drive from Raniad to SC Medical College. And it was typical of him to give 2 horns, and then there was one person with polio who used to run and open the garage door, and then he used to walk.
One old lady came just trembling, not able to walk. Sir told it will take about 5 to 10 minutes. Then the old lady came. She sometimes I feel emotional telling the story also. So he came to Sir told, what happened? 2-3 times to just stimulate the old lady to tell the things. But the lady could not tell anything. He told, touching his cheek, you see, I have not any problem. I have not come to sing. I am from Fulbani, from a very tribal area. So, you see, I have heard there is a big man like a Tejaskar Rao. He could not even tell Tejaskar Rao. So, I just came to see you. So, I'm being emotional telling the story. So, I become totally changed man at that moment. He offered the old lady a seat, offered her some water, and then told me, give those 2 tonic bottles to the old lady. He was very happy. Then he told, I knew you, Tejaskar Rao, you are like a Tejaskar Rao. That's what he told.
And when we come to, even in Burla, when I worked under Professor J.B. Das, his no more sir was there. He was known for his conservative treatment. That sir does not do any surgery. But sometimes I feel that that type of conservative learning from him has helped me a lot later.
Padma Shri Professor K.M. Pathi, who is my boss, teacher and guide and mentor also, who have changed my life from normal life to a professional life. Excepting one thing, I am not a good orator, but he has changed me in my professional life like anything. He has taken me in the local place where he used to stay, and he has served there the local people by distributing medicines and treating them for years together. Till now also he is treating me.
I am Professor Krishna Mohan Pathi, Professor, Head of the Department of Orthopaedics and Superintendent Principal of MKCG Medical College, Barampur, and also of the VSS Medical College, Bulla. I was the professor of SC Medical College for some time. After I joined my service, I went abroad to Oxford University, and 1972 to 75. I went as a Commonwealth Medical Fellow. The medical college offered me a job, and the professor there became so pleased. He said, if you come here, one day you will be professor of Oxford University. I thought of that. I wrote a letter to my father, and he said, well, it is a very wrong thing you are taking. I sent to you abroad to learn more and to serve the tribals here, not to enjoy the privileges of the English culture and English nation. So I came back according to him. But I feel happy and privileged. I am thankful to my father. Otherwise, I would have been there. I would have earned money. But the satisfaction I get by treating the tribals who were nothing at that time. R.C. Mahanti was the first orthopedic surgeon of Odisha. In 1961, he joined when I was a house surgeon at that time. He only inspired me. Odisha, there is no facility. In Patna, there was a very famous orthopedic surgeon, internationally reputed man, Vishnu Mukhopadhyay. Without knowing anything about me. But he already collected information. Professor R.C. Mahanti was my senior, who also did PG under him. He has informed him that another person is going to meet you. And in this way, I completed 3 years in Patna, came back and joined as the 4th orthopedic surgeon of the state of Odisha. The first person in Odisha as orthopedic surgeon is Professor Radhacharan Mahanti. Then the second man was Professor J.B. Das from Lucknow. And the third man was P.T. Rao, Professor P.T. Rao. He got trained in abroad. He got MCS from Liverpool. And then fourth man is myself. There are no more, but I carry the legacy.
They did not choose comfort. They chose commitment and laid the foundation of orthopedics in Odisha. And with it came the orthopedic departments and diploma and postgraduate training in our 3 government medical colleges.
In 1972, PG course started, that is MS Orthopedics started, and it was first started in SC Medical College, Cuttack, and the same year it also started in Barampur. First candidate in SC Medical College, Cuttack for MS Ortho was Dr. Brahmanand Sawat. First 2 candidates in Barampur are Dr. M.L. Gupta and Dr. Parshuram Sahu.
And first diploma student myself, Dr. Nchimako, Dr. D.C. Patnaik.
MS Orthopedics started in VSS Medical College, Burla under Professor J.B. Das, and 2 candidates joined there. They are all living now also, they are present. Dr. Bhagirathi Pani and Dr. Arvind Patnaik.
First I was posted to Cuttack, and at that time I think R.C. Mahanti was at Cuttack. But later on, for a very short time, I applied to be transferred to Berhampur because of my hometown there. I was posted there as a professor there. Then people told at that time Mr. Biju Patnaik was the chief minister. Then I took a memorandum. I wrote the difficulties of mine, how my family depends on me. So I requested him to give me Cuttack. I remember that great man. I told him my problem. Those people are so clever and they can impress you. They said, I see, Bulla is neglected. No one is willing to. Unless a man of your caliber go there, how that area will improve? How the people get the benefit? I was pleased. I came, joined at Bulla. Nearly for 6 years I remained there. And I was the principal there also. There also I was the superintendent. Then I was transferred to Berhampur.
MKCC Medical College has been a great institution for the orthopedics department, and it holds in the lineage of the first orthopedician of Odisha, Dr. R.C. Mahanti, was the first HOD, and the second HOD was none other than Dr. P.T. Rao.
And if you look at the number of PGs in Orissa, in SCB Medical College, we had only 4 postgraduates in my batch. Now in SCB, we have 14 students every year.
1988 to 2005, I served in different posts in VSS Medical College, Burla. When I served with my whole heart and mind, VSS Medical Burla, people were not daring to go there, and I stayed there for more than 18 years. And after coming to Berhampur, I remained as the HOD of this MKCG Medical College, Berhampur, for more than 14 years.
4 pioneers, 4 raised hands, 1 historic decision that changed the history.
In 1977 at the annual conference, because we used to attend surgeons conference only. And in the surgeons conference, there is a separate section like orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery. Like. It is only in 1977 our number became so much, and we opened up the postgraduate facilities. Our number increased. In the annual state conference, we decided we must have a separate unit of our own so that we can encourage our students. Then Odisha Orthopaedic Association born in 1977.
Professor R.C. Mahanti is the first president of the Odisha Orthopaedic Association, and Professor Agrawal and Professor M.R. Mahapatra, Professor K.M. Pathi, and K. Agrawal, and we are, at that time we were PG students.
When the Odisha Orthopaedic Association was started with the legends like Professor P.T. Rao, Padma Shri Professor K.M. Pathi, Professor R.C. Mahanti, the legends, the idea and the aim at that time was how to dominate in the medical field, which was overshadowed by general surgery at that time. It was very difficult for the orthopedicians to work in peripheral medical centers and to do practice of orthopedics, and which was forcefully taken by general surgeons. And with that aim, actually this association started.
With an idea to foster academic activity to increase the skill and ability of young orthopedic surgeons, and also to have a family fellowship feeling among the members of Odisha Orthopaedic, and also to serve the society.
Coming to at that time, orthopedics basically were doing plasters, very limited number of surgeries. Whatever surgery we were doing, only we had a tibia nail, V nail, and even K nail, which are very, nowadays they say it is almost a 19 World War time surgery at that time. Then good quality plates were also not available in our state, and people also not able to afford those things. Okay, in Burla, the situation was much worse than Cuttack at that time. At least Cuttack, something was available. Burla, it was very, very difficult. So I always tell them it was 17th century OT there, and all the equipments, etc., everything was very rudimentary.
We had to put in a lot of effort because we were very underprivileged in terms of equipment and other facilities. We would work very hard to create our own facilities and do work to our own satisfaction.
At that moment when we thought of plasters only, called mostly doctors who are doing plasters, because nails, plates were not much used, as I told you.
This sacred bond became the strength of Odisha Orthopaedic Association.
Professor Tesra will be talking like this, Tanu, Madichal. That is his way. That the blessings, not only the blessing, he will push you, just you do it. And then comes Professor R.C. Mahanti, sir. He is senior most orthopedic surgeon who came with MS degree and started the Department of Orthopaedics in SCB. I was lucky to work under him. He was my thesis guide. He doesn't shout much, but always he guides us in a way that be conservative. Professor Pathi, another professor under whom I worked in Barampur, still now is there. I told that he has got a Padma Shri award. He deserves it. And my luck, I worked under him as a lecturer. I started my career and he was the person who pushed me, you can say, to the heights of going to the All India level, talking there as a speaker. He was a very good surgeon and a good orator, which is a very good thing for a surgeon to be excelling in his career.
During that time, many senior surgeons who are no more and also are some presently living are working, like Professor N.K. Agarwal, Professor Manmath Mahapatra, Professor Manoranjan Mahapatra, Professor Raghuveer Das and Dr. Manas Ranjan Bishwal. They are all our teachers at that time.
Famous Professor Stalwart of Odisha Orthopaedic Association and the living legend now at present, and Professor Namkishore Agarwal, oldest professor and very old teacher of orthopedic department in SC Medical College, Barampur Medical College and also Burla Medical College. SC Medical College, Kotak. So you joined as assistant professor. Who was your professor and head at the time? Professor R.C. Mahanti.
My guru was Professor Tesura. I always look at him with all awe that how could he become such a great man. So he had a lot of virtues, a lot of things beyond surgeries, also beyond his academic capabilities also. As a surgeon, very quick, very speedy, very methodical, which we always learn from him. So there will be less infection, patient will be happy, everything.
So when I was pursuing my undergraduate, there was a giant in orthopedics, not in Odisha but all over India and world, Professor P. Tejaswar Rao, who has been an inspiration for all the orthopedicians of the state. So his student, Professor Jagannath Sahu, and I am the student of Professor Jagannath Sahu. So it has been a milestone to work under both of them and pursuing this orthopedics.
I trained originally under Professor R.C. Mahanti, who was not only a teacher for me, but he was also a moral guide. We imbibed so many basic values from our teachers in addition to the professional training.
At that time, Professor P.T. Rao was my professor, and that was actually golden era for orthopedics in India, Odisha history. Myself got CSR scholarship under Professor P.T. Rao advice. Professor N.C. Mahapatra on HOD, he got CSR fellowship. Dr. Shankaracharya now Delhi, he got CSR fellowship. The academic discussion at that time was excellent and outstanding. During PG career, we have a very good exposure for different types of surgery. My professor used to operate those days scoliosis correction. After that was vacant in department. And in my last year, I have seen, lucky enough to see the THR surgery in ankylosing spondylitis patient, and which are successful. And that stimulates me to follow my career in joint replacement.
One of my mentor and my gurus, late Dr. Ramesh Chandra Mishra, who was no more, but I still owe a lot to him because whenever I see a good case being done by him, I used to feel a lot of inspiration. See, this guy is doing a lot of good surgeries in a very remote place, so why can't I?
The first conferences were not grand. Those humble meetings became the seats of today's academic excellence.
From 77, every year we were performing your annual conference.
That was the first meeting was held in SC Medical College, Kotak, under chairmanship of Professor R.C. Mahanti, and he did the first meeting. And the first association started there at that SC Medical College. The second meeting was held in Barampur. The third meeting was held in Burla. Then fourth meeting was held in Ulladpur Hospital, that is SB Nittar, where I was working previously. At that time, the conference was attended by our CB doctors and Barampur Medical College doctors and Burla Medical College doctors, plus state government headquarter hospital orthopedic surgeons.
And if you look at our conferences, at that time when I was in 84, the conferences was mostly done in remote areas. Our teachers suggested that our state conference should be done in Baripada, Bhadrak, Balasore, Keonjhar, in those long distance places. Our teachers were also going, sometimes even in bus.
All are going in a bus, and except professor and associate professor who are senior most, they are going on their car. And we all go in a bus. Dhenkanal, we had gone to Baleshwar, Barampur, every places. Our hospital bus was going during initial time. Subsequently, that system has changed. At that time, we are enjoying like a picnic. Those days are gone. Nobody will go now in a bus together, all teachers and students sitting together.
Our activities of Odisha Orthopaedic Association in all India basis, we are participating most of the all India national conferences every year. 2001, a separate department started. I was the director of that. That is Regional Spinal Injury Center. CME programs conducted by the Odisha Orthopaedic Association.
I had a short course of AO technique in New Delhi. We started the AO technique in Orissa. I am privileged to be the president of Odisha Orthopaedic Association in the year 2006 and 7, and we conducted seminars in Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, Budla Medical College and Rourkela during my tenure. We organized the state Odisha Orthopaedic Association's conference in 2007 at Rourkela. I was the organizing chairman.
In 2004, there was a Government of India letter came to our hospital. His Excellency, Honorable President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam will visit Tanzania. So he wanted to give some gift to disabled children, aids and appliances. They have decided that who is the senior most orthopedic surgeon in Government of India hospital, he will go. So luckily I was the senior most. So my name was suggested. In 2009, the Indian Orthopaedic Association conference was held in Bhubaneswar, Kids Hospital. I was the state president during that time, and I had the opportunity to sit with Naveen Patnaik and our chairperson and chairman.
Now also I am working as a treasurer of the Odisha Orthopaedic Association. In my period as a secretary of the Odisha Orthopaedic Association, with the intervention of Professor P. Tejaswar Rao, we could take a house in IM House, which is today Odisha Orthopaedic Association House, where we are conducting all our meetings. And at that time, Professor B.K. Das was the president. We had having Gruha Pravesh and all the functions there during that time.
I also had the privilege of being the president of the Odisha Orthopaedic Association for a short while. That was way back in 2009 or 10 maybe. And we had a conference at Talcher. We have functioned like a family. Seniors have had a big say in the way we have stepped our learning, the way we have functioned. And the juniors have always cooperated and brought up the association to where it stands today.
I got a Food Society Gold Medal and also became the first to go for Johnson Fellowship. 2014, when I got the Sushrut Award, it is normally given to an orthopedic surgeon who comes out with a new innovation. And I devised a plate which was used on patients, and these people, we operated a lot of patients, what you call avoiding a joint replacement, osteotomies are done. So a special plate helped a lot of patients, and to my luck I got the prize from the hands of our splinter, Milkha Singh ji.
After I became secretary, sir, my mentor was the organizing secretary, Dr. N.K. Pradhan, and Professor Rao was the organizing chairman. Professor Dr. Tanmay Mahanti, Dr. Sanjay Das, and all other, Dr. Abhiji, Dr. UN Misra, all people who were also involved in this thing. Most bizarre thing occurred when we went to, it was hosted in Kims. Even though we were promised that we will be given auditorium, 2 days before we found nothing has been occurring. So it was totally, we thought the conference will go bust. So the president, Professor Santaram Sethi, came one day before and he told what to do. Sir, Dr. N.K. Pradhan told, I can only say Lord can help us. Dr. Santaram Sethi told, yes, this is Lord Jagannath Dham, it will be okay. Then when we got up the next morning, one day just in the morning of the conference day, we found already 7 feet height plants are there, all carpeted, house made ready. We were very surprised. Dr. Santaram Sethi, the president of Indian Orthopaedic Association, told, how it is possible? Sir told, only Lord Jagannath can do this. So the conference was really good. The most unfortunate incident occurred in first part of the 2010. Our mentor, Professor P. Tejaswar Rao, passed away. That is a big shock. The next year, during the conference, suggested in the GB, we should have a P.T. Rao or a memorial oration. M. Santaram Sethi, who was the president last year, he was one of the very renowned orthopedic surgeon in India. He came to deliver the first P. Tejaswar Rao oration. When I was secretary, I was also started fellowship schemes with MP, and then we started also a Chhattisgarh. Again in 2014, after Professor R.C. Mahanti died, it was very unfortunate, so we changed the name. He was our first president. We changed the name of the oration to founder president, Professor R.C. Mahanti. From IOCON, we got some funds and now started a research and education fund, having a corpus fund of 15 lakhs rupees, which has grown a lot. And now Odisha Orthopaedic Association is self-sufficient. Because of our work, we own the president for the disability prevention. On the president's theme, Disability Cure Society. I was a non-playing captain. I never played cricket, but our team became champion among all India Orthopaedic Association people.
Previously, I was the secretary of the Odisha Orthopaedic Association for 2 tenures, that is from 2015 to 2021. So during my secretaryship, I used to perform a lot of academic activities, social activities for the members of the association, as well as for many academic programs for the young orthopedic surgeons. So because of continuous efforts and tireless efforts of all the members of Odisha Orthopaedic Association, during my secretaryship tenure, we used to back, and I got the best state chapter small state prize, that is a Jhunjhunwala trophy, in the year 2016. So that was a milestone for the Odisha Orthopaedic Association. And during my tenure, I started first time getting CME credit hours for different academic programs from the Medical Council of India.
I was the president of Odisha Orthopaedic Association in 2018 and 19. I was the chairman of the conferences that were held in Berhampur in 2010 and 2019. I tried to streamline the membership procedure of Odisha Orthopaedic Association, which was not proper before that, and a proforma for membership was planned by our then secretary, Professor Vishwajit Sahu. And now I think the membership is now very nicely streamlined, and the association is growing with the help of the new and dynamic junior orthopedicians throughout the state.
So I was the president of Odisha Orthopaedic Association from 2019 to 2020. I was privileged to inaugurate the first Odisha Trauma Association conference at Bhubaneswar. During our conference, annual conference at 2020 at Hotel Mayfair Lagoon, Bhubaneswar, maximum number of national and international faculties has attended, and it was a grand success. Another opportunity was there during that year. Odisha Orthopaedic Association has organized the whole CME of Indian Orthopaedic Association. Most of our faculties from Odisha, they signed there, and they have taken the pride of Odisha Orthopaedic Association to the peak. Even during my tenure of presidency, more than 23 subspecialty conferences, seminars, hands-on workshops, cadaveric workshops were done, and people were involved. I had given the founder president's oration. I was awarded with the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2002-03 at the Odisha Orthopaedic Association Conference.
I was the past president of the state chapter, Odisha Orthopaedic Association, from 2020 to 2021. As you all know, this period was made by the appearance of the COVID, which became a pandemic. So our activities were very much limited. However, we had a lot of online webinars to keep the academic spirit of the delegates at the state level, at the district level, and it was very highly successful from that point of view.
In 1997, I organized orthopedic conference at Bhubaneswar in Nalco guest house, and it was well appreciated. In 2022, I was elected as president of Odisha Orthopaedic Association. During my tenure, I saw that actually because of our past presidents, our association is getting stronger and stronger. The past presidents are our backbones. So we, as well as me, initiated one program, that is felicitation of all past presidents.
Being a member of Odisha Orthopaedic Association, I started my career as a general OA member. Then I subsequently worked as a IOA executive committee member. Then I got the opportunity to work as a past secretary of Odisha Orthopaedic Association. During this time, we had developed a lot of good works in Odisha, and Odisha Orthopaedics that year got the best prize in the small state chapter.
I am past president of Odisha Orthopaedic Association in the year 23-24, and I am also the treasurer of Odisha Orthopaedic Association for 4 consecutive years, and I was the state representative for Odisha to the center, that is Indian Orthopaedic Association, for 2 years. I worked for the association throughout my orthopedic career. The year 2023-24, with the help of all the members and the executive body members, we got 2 gold medals in that year. That is one for the best chapter, that is Odisha, in that year by Indian Orthopaedic Association, and as well as we got the best bone and joint week, which is being celebrated every year in the month of October.
I am Professor Satyaranjan Patra, the proud secretary of Odisha Orthopaedic Association, and I am so happy to be in this association and being a humble servant of this association on this landmark 50th year. The dream that our forefathers started with, from Professor Rao, Professor Mohanty, Professor Mahakul, Professor N.K. Agarwal. Now it's really overwhelming to think that we have reached half a century. The dream continues, the journey continues.
I am officiating as a president Odisha Orthopaedic Association for 2025 and 26. I had completed 37 years service in Odisha. I had organized one conference during 2002 in Koraput, and very recently I was the organizing chairman for 2020 Mayfair conference. And this year I have been entrusted the responsibility of organizing Golden Jubilee conference. It is being organized in Swasti Beach Resort, Puri. A lot of national and international faculties they are attending, and the numbers of registered delegates is now crossing more than 400.
During my career, I conducted 2 conferences. Once in 2011 and another is 2015.
I got the opportunity to organize the OACON 2020, that is 44th Odisha Orthopaedic Association Conference, with Dr. K.R. Mahapatra as the organizing chairman, and this conference was the benchmark in the history of OACON. This was organized first time in a 5-star hotel in the Mayfair. Not only that, that is a lot of academic extravaganza, and besides these academics also, we have a lot of activity for spouse and children, and also other many new activities has been introduced in this OACON 2020, and it was a grand success. And at that time, the IO president, Professor Meena, who was invited as the chief guest, he has declared it as a mini IOCON, this 2020 OACON.
Orthopaedic Association entrusted me for the state conference, that is the Odisha Orthopaedic Association OACON 2018 at Puri. That was a landmark conference because first time we had a residential package for the conference and we finished that in a grand success.
Last year, AIIMS Bhubaneswar also conducted the 49th annual conference of Odisha Orthopaedic Association, where nearly 350 delegates participated, and it was a mega success with lot of academic activities and lot of discussions between peers.
Odisha Journal of Orthopaedics, first it was come to mind to the Professor R.C. Mahanti. In 78 journal first published. At that time it was published from Sangsar Press, Art, Kotak. Professor Barnodan Mahapatra, he was taking all the academic aspects, correcting the articles. After that, I took the charge, and for 7 to 8 years, I was the coordinator to R.C. Mahanti was the editor.
In spite of our humble beginnings, our seniors, our founding fathers, they established Odisha Orthopaedic Journal, and it has been continuously being published uninterruptedly for 50 years now. Odisha Journal of Orthopaedic Trauma is growing by leaps and bounds, and very soon it will be taken up by a very renowned publisher of the world, international publisher, and I am sure it will help us a lot to improve our journal and make it more visible to the rest of the world.
Another thing, the Orthopaedic Club. 1990, Professor R.C. Mahanti started himself a Orthopaedic Club with myself, Ravidas, Manodan Mahapatra, Manot Mahapatra, and N.K. Aura.
At that time, R.C. Mahanti was professor at Kotak, and he told me that we will start an Orthopaedic Club.
It is an academic club for the teaching of the junior doctors and the experience of the surgeons, old surgeons, later surgeons, and the good surgeons, their experience and their suggestions, and every month they are performed. In the Kotak also, since 90 it is going on. I am the coordinator now. Like that, the Barampur, Dr. Patra, Bhubaneswar, Dr. Raul, Professor Raul, they are the secretary or coordinators, and also subsequently started at Bulla and Raulkala.
In the year 1998, we started the Raulkala Ortho Club, and I was the founder president.
Bhubaneswar Orthopaedic Club. It was formed by me as well as my 7 to 8 active members and 3 passive members. We started in 1997.
The Bhuj earthquake. So from Government of India, there was a letter came to our hospital that 2 of your doctors and a team will go to work for the earthquake victims in Gujarat, that is in the Bhuj area. So myself and Dr. Shakti Das, with 2 doctors, orthopedic surgeons, and the other team who went to work there. The superintendent told, oh, yes, where from you have come? Oh, we are from Odisha, sir. So he turned a deaf ear to our voice. He told us, Odisha, you. So, okay, you stay somewhere. Then you again went to him. Hello, sir, where you will stay? अरे कहीं adjust भी कर लो, कहीं पे रह जाओ. That Srivastava the HOD, he told that 2 ऑर्थोपेडिक सर्जन कौन उड़ीसा से आया है, सब वार्ड का जितना 100 पेशेंट का ड्रेसिंग चेंज करके पूरा फ्रेश रख दिया. कौन है? बुलाया उसको, let us see. Then superintendent of school, Sakti and myself went. Acha, you have done a wonderful job. I heard that you have changed the dressings and they are all neat and clean. Wound, everybody is happy. Then that HOD, orthopedics, he told, you come tomorrow to OT. We were both, Shakti and myself, went to OT and worked hard. Sir, you call us anytime. We never say no to any work you assign us. Then this matter was also informed. So he told, अरे सर ओडिशा का जो डॉक्टर दो आया है सर, क्या काम करते हैं, कभी टायर्ड भी नहीं होता है. खिले सुपरटेंडेंट, he called us. कहाँ रहते हो भाई साहब? हम लोग सर एडजस्ट करके रहा है. नहीं, तुमको देगा अच्छा रूम. Then he told, every night, every evening after the operation is complete, ये दोनों को लेके जाओ अच्छा होटल में, एक होटल में every day dinner. Odisha has a good name. They are good doctors. They are sincere doctors.
I received the Vidhan Chandra National Award, Padma Shri Award. International award, a very important award, Bharat Gaurav Award.
We have doctors like Dr. Devakanta Jana, Dr. Mahapatra from Liverpool, and now he is. These people sometimes come to attend our conferences. We learn a lot of things from them. And if you see about Dr. Shankaracharya, who was a student from SC Medical College, he was the president of spine surgeon of India, and he works in Delhi Gangaram Hospital. Dr. Kalidatta Das, reputed spine surgeon there in Delhi. They are all students from our state. We are proud of them, and they are also members of our association. Dr. Subhranshu Mahanti, who was the president of Bombay Orthopaedic Society, and also he was the president of Arthroplasty Association of Odisha. He was the first man also. With me, he got the Johnson Fellowship.
Head of Ortho and Spine Surgery Department in Gangaram Hospital in New Delhi. I come regularly to KIMS, and I have been associated with KIMS Hospital in Bhubaneswar since 2011. I went into medicine in SCB in 79 of October. I passed out in 1984, and after that I did my post-graduation also in orthopedics under Professor P. Tejeshwar Rao, who was my professor. That is when I got very interested in orthopedic. England, I completed my FRCS and my MCH, and I was lucky to be associated with spine surgeons all throughout my training there. So now Bhubaneswar has excellent spine facilities, along with both ortho spine surgeons and neuro spine surgeons, and all are doing excellent work.
Present professor in orthopedics at the largest orthopedic department in India, that is King Edward Memorial Hospital in Mumbai. I'm also practicing at Jaslok Hospital, Nanavati, and Gleneagles Hospital in Mumbai. Now I completed my undergraduate career at SC Medical College, Cuttack, with being the best graduate and owning 5 gold medals. I further pursued my post-graduation also in the same institute, that is SCB Medical College, under the mentorship of Professor P. Tejeshwar Rao, followed by Professor N.K. Agrawal. Though we didn't have much of surgical experience during our post-graduation, but the fundamentals and the basics which we learned during our post-graduation had laid the foundation stone for our future endeavors in orthopedics. I performed the first knee replacement surgery on 5th of December 2001 in Odisha with the help of my friend Dr. P. Shidde. And after that, every month or 2 months, I traveled to Odisha and performed 10 to 20 joint replacement surgeries. During the last 50 years, Odisha Orthopaedics has grown to highest level of techniques and technology, and it is at par with any other centers around the world. Long live Odisha Orthopaedic Association, and it's an honor and pleasure, and it's a congratulations to all of us, the members of Odisha Orthopaedics Association, on completion of its 50 years.
I have been a member of Odisha Orthopaedic Association from 30 August 2025. I have been encouraged to be a member by our fellow associates and our seniors. And from that period, I am very grateful that I am a member of this society, as I am able to attend every seminars and CMEs conducted by Odisha Orthopaedic Association. And I will encourage others and my fellow associates and juniors to be a member of this society.
Earlier, those days, females were not taking this branch, but nowadays females are taking this branch. First of all, when I came to this branch, I felt pretty awkward, but due to my fellow colleagues, they made me very comfortable, and I started loving the subject. And the subject is very nice. I would inspire other females also to take this as a branch in near future.
Our association has grown beyond the scope of Cuttack, Bhubaneswar, Odisha, even India. Now we are in international stage. Odisha Orthopaedic Association is now proud of more than 800 members, including our bright and brilliant PG students of various institutes. We are fortunate to have more than 8 PG institutions in our state.
A seed planted decades ago grew into a mighty tree, its roots deep in sacrifice, its trunk strong with unity, its branches reaching every corner of Odisha. This is Odisha Orthopaedic Association.
Now the number have increased. Not only the number has increased, and the subject also has developed many things, many super specialties and subspecialties inside orthopedic surgery. Like knee replacement is another department, hip replacement is another department, fractures are another department, and facial injuries another department, ankle injuries. These things all are under common orthopedics. But as the time advances, when the number of problems become more, then our area of interest is lessened. There is a saying, research means knowing more and more about less and less. Then came hand surgeons first, then foot surgeons like, then trauma surgeons were different. Like that, division have come.
The Odisha Orthopaedic Association is started by our chief consultant of the Apollo Hospital, Dr. Devrata Pathi. He started the first, he is the first founder secretary of the Odisha Orthopaedic Association, and Dr. Professor Tanmay Mahanti is the founder president of Odisha Orthopaedic Association. That time the founder members were Dr. Devrata Pathi, myself, Dr. N.C. Mahapatra, Dr. Tanmay Mahanti, Dr. Biswaji Sahu, Dr. Paresh De, Dr. Tripathi from AIMS, Dr. Vishnu Patra, then Dr. Sandeep Biswal, all were the founder members of Odisha Orthopaedic Association. But I may leave some members, I do not remember, but these are the members of the Odisha Orthopaedic Association.
My association with the Odisha Orthopaedic Association started from 2015 actively. Before that, I was a member. When I called many senior orthopedic surgeons of our state for a meeting to start subspecialty association. The subspecialty association like the Odisha Arthroplasty Association and Odisha Arthroscopy Association was started from then. I was entrusted as the founder secretary of Odisha Arthroplasty Association. Then we got it registered. It is a subspecialty of the Odisha Orthopaedic Association, and as a sister concern, it is always associated with the Orthopaedic Association. I am also presently the secretary of the Indian Arthroplasty Association. Recently in 2024, I was the organizing secretary of the Indian Arthroplasty Association conference, which was held in Bhubaneswar in 2024 November. It was a grand success.
And the best part of my journey, I would say, when I did all 4 joint replacement, that is quadruple joint replacement in a crippled lady of Odisha in 2023, and it was lauded by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji at that time. I did the intercruciate ligament and unicondyle knee replacement for the first time combinedly in Orissa.
Dr. P.C. De and Dr. Anil Sahu first started arthroscopy in our state, and then Dr. C.P. Das also joined.
In 2017, we started an association, Odisha Arthroscopy Society. I was the founder, president, and Ranjit was the secretary. One of the very bright example of the state, Shraddhanjali Samantarai. She got operated in 2001, one ACL, another ACL of other knee, 2009. And that time she was the captain of the Odisha football. Now after that she became the captain of national, and now retired, and now is the coach also.
So Sports Science India, my organization, which is Eastern India's first sports medicine and sports science organization, where we've been treating many national, international players, and today we have treated many top players like Neeraj Chopra, say Quinton de Kock, or the Odisha Ranji team, the Naval Tata Hockey Academy, the Tenwick wrestlers, and many other nationals and domestic sports persons. We not only focus in treating the national international players, but we treat a lot of grassroots and the needy players.
So the concept of the arthroscopy surgery and arthroscopy, through arthroscopy we can operate the ligament reconstruction and the player can play again. That concept came to the Odisha Orthopaedic Association. All the members came to know. We invited the 3 veteran surgeons, one from the Coimbatore, Dr. David Veerajan, Dr. Vidyasagar from Hyderabad, and Dr. Kanchan Bhattacharya from Calcutta. All the 3 did 3 live surgery demonstration there. The whole day program was there, and they discussed about the shoulder arthroscopy, knee, ankle, wrist, everything, and it was a grand success. The 2004 first time to Odisha, the concept of the arthroscopic surgery and the players can play again, that concept came to our mind.
Since then, we have organized 5 annual conferences, multiple CMEs and workshops.
Which was started with the 13 founder members. Now it has grown over the years. Now there are more than 230 members in our society. Recently, we had conducted the first Odisha Operative Arthroscopy course, which was well appreciated and it was conducted very nicely. Our Deputy CM was the chief guest for the event.
I especially remember Dr. Madan Sahu, who has not been my only teacher. He has been really my guru. He and Dr. Sankaracharya both has been instrumental in the phenomenal growth of spine in Odisha. Dr. Sankaracharya has been our inspiration and he founded the Spine Society of Odisha along with many others. And Dr. Madan Sahu was the first president of Spine Society of Odisha. I have been a member, active member since its inception. Now presently I am the secretary of Spine Society of Odisha. We conducted last year the Spine Society of Odisha first conference, Swasti Chilika, and it was a great success.
And all the equipment available, including the O-arm, which is a computer navigated 360-degree O-arm with a neuromonitoring device. So we can do all complex surgeries here.
And now among spine surgery we have been doing endoscopic spine surgery, minimal invasive spine surgery, spine fixation and fusion for spondylolisthesis, for trauma, for tumor, and various compressive myelopathy surgery from cervical spine to the lumbar spine surgeries. In Odisha now, earlier people used to go out of the state for treatment, but now we have been conducting almost every type of spine surgery and they are not going for the treatment outside.
As a academic development, we have a different spine society clubs, and in 2022 we conducted a national conference of the Association of Spine Surgeons of India. I was the organizing secretary, and it was a highly praised and acclaimed conference in the history of Association of Spine Surgeons of India.
In 2018, we started one orthopedic association of our subspecialties under OA. In the trauma society, I was the founder president.
Pediatric Orthopedic Society is always a small society, but nonetheless the importance is immense. Dr. Sakti Das, Dr. Sanjay Das, Dr. Pavitra Sahu, Dr. Jagannath Sahu, me, Dr. Biswajit Sahu, Dr. Nirma Mahapatra, all has been very helpful in forming this society.
I am now currently the president of Pediatric Society, Orthopedic Society of Odisha. We started it in a very nascent way. Around 20-25 people only participated in the first formation. And Professor R.C. Mahanti late, he inaugurated this at Cuttack, and then we started doing this thing, and mostly we did what North America or All India Pediatric Orthopedic Society of a conference 2 years back in Sosti. That was an international conference and a lot of people came, and that generated a lot of enthusiasm and knowledge to our newer generation.
I am also the president of Foot and Ankle Society of Odisha. The Foot and Ankle Society is a new and upcoming subspecialty of the orthopedics. So nowadays many foot and ankle problems are coming up in young patients as well as elderly patients. So this society will tackle all the foot and ankle problems and as well as do multiple academic programs regarding foot and ankle. So this Foot and Ankle Society needs all your blessings. We have to nurture it properly so that young generation will be interested in this upcoming and enchanting subspecialty.
Ravi ji, my friend, Dr. Abhiji, who was the HOD in SCB, he started Elijarav in Odisha.
The foundation of pelvic acetabular surgery was laid by Professor C.P. Das in Odisha. And I have contributed in this field what I have learned from my training from my training period. Professor C.P. Das and Professor Martin Bichard from UK in 2010 and 2016 from Professor Paul Roman from Germany in Hamburg days during my training days in Hamburg, and Professor S.C. Shaggy from Cincinnati, USA.
The most famous professor, late Professor P. Tejaswar Rao, and he really ignited me with my interest in trauma to take up complex cases, and pelvic and acetabular surgeries were the most complex cases at that point of time. We didn't have the Litton's classification at that point of time. We had Thompson and Epstein's classification, and we did not know what was right and what was not right. So most of the patients were treated by skeletal peel interactions. I have been doing pelvic acetabular surgery for last 30 years. Today in the world, we hold the highest number of cases done by extensile approach, and we have trained at least 22 Odisha orthopedic surgeon members in various places, including many of them in Germany. I was the national president as the member of AOPAS, Association of Pelvic and Acetabular Surgeons of India.
And also we have started the Association of Physical Medicine Rehabilitation of Odisha with the help of Dr. Sanjay Das, Dr. P.K. Sahu. That association also rehabilitation is part of the orthopedics. We have conducted another national conference that is known as Indian Academy of Cerebral Palsy National Conference. That is the association. We have no state branch, but Indian Academy of Cerebral Palsy, we have started it. Now also I am working as the Secretary of the Indian Academy of Cerebral Palsy.
I was the President of Indian Society of Prosthetic and Orthotic, and I became the Indian Association of Cerebral Palsy. I was the State President. Indian Association of Orthotics and Prosthetics. That was also conducted, and also IAPMR, that is Indian Association of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Conference, was held twice in 2006 and 2016. And that history goes back from 1975. There was a conference in Odisha which was attended by Professor Balu Sankaran, who was the orthopedic surgeon of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Mrs. Indira Gandhi also came during that time, and Professor Balu Sankaran told, Madam, this is a hospital where we can start a rehabilitation center, because Professor Balu Sankaran was professor and HOD of Safdarjung Hospital, New Delhi. He was an orthopedic surgeon as well as a rehabilitation surgeon. The brainchild came to Mrs. Indira Gandhi's mind, and she gave a okay sign. He gave a consent that yes, Balu, you can start the hospital there. So there, after that, Professor Balu Sankaran has never turned back behind, and it has started.
Government and private medical colleges multiplied. Postgraduate training expanded. Young orthopedic surgeons emerged, trained, confident and compassionate. The future stood ready.
We are only two candidates, myself and Dr. Evan Misra, and in other colleges also only 1 or 2 PG students are there. Now about 50 to 60 PG students are there now, in private as well as in government.
We started building up the department from the very scratch level, and we had probably the OPD was only 5 or 10, not more than that, and that was the time probably the undergraduate was also not started. So slowly the undergraduate started, postgraduate started after 2017, but the foundation stone was laid by Professor Uday Mishra, and I just followed, and everybody, each one of us followed just the same steps. And after Uday sir, then Sundar sir became Professor Sundar Mahanti became the head of department. During his tenure also, we had initially the 2 pieces, then subsequently 6 pieces came, 7 pieces, then we got almost 15 pieces after that. Now we have got 19 pieces, and during my tenure we got another 4 pieces. Now we got the highest number of postgraduates in the state.
Going back to the AIIMS Bhubaneswar, in 2018 January 2nd I joined. On that particular day, we had only 13 beds in orthopedics. As in today, it has been possible by the administration to reach a level of 64 Our bed occupancy is almost 100% round the year.
Right now I am practicing at Manipal Hospital as a Director of Joint Replacement Surgery and also working as a HOD Orthopedics in High-Tech Medical College and Hospital.
In this PGIMR and Capital Hospital in 2022, are the Professor and Head of the Department of Orthopedics. PGIMR stands for Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research. This has been started as a standalone PG institute like PGI Chandigarh. And this is a very good institute. We are looking after catering only postgraduates. Right now we have got 2 postgraduates in orthopedics per year. First batch of postgraduates have cleared 2 months back only.
15-16 kilometers from Barampur, there is a place called Madhapur. In that area, my father had nearly many acres of land. And once I came from England after this, he said that he is going to start a free hospital. You have to go and do these things because there are 10 or 14 tribal villages. At that time, nowadays there is no tribal, everything has been urbanized. Tribal villages. When I started it in probably 77 or something. There is a big area, so I took the help of the engineers. They helped me a lot, giving free service. We constructed 2 rooms. And then the water supply, electricity supply was also given. And from that day onwards, I used to do operations in those areas, time when operation was never done. All surgery I used to do. And all my students used to go to know the rural setup and learn about many things about it. So surgery started, it was in the year probably 77, 78, like that. It continued up to 2014. Since last few years I am unable to go and do that, but the establishment is there. I go once a month and many villagers, tribal people come for treatment.
Something I don't remember. There was a lifeline express halted at Jajpur Road, and Dr. RNG and myself was appointed there by the government of Odisha to attend this. We remained there for 1 week and did some operations inside the train buggy.
SB Nittar was conducting surgical camps in rural area in collaboration with state headquarter hospital. And in a single day, we operate 45 to 50 operations, childhood disability. We have done surgical camps, rural surgical camps in tribal districts of Odisha, almost all.
We did first surgical workshop in leprosy home, Cuttack. There, Dr. Santosh Rath came and operated and showed us in live surgery how to see how to do a claw hand deformity correction. Same year also, as the president's theme was Disability Free Society, we went to Sambalpur and also did a live surgery camp on the polio and CTV patients. Almost we operated 58 number of patients as per our records.
Initially, there were very few companies in India to manufacture implants, and we were mostly trying to assess what is the size of plate which will be necessary. Just one above, one below size we were keeping. On the table, we will have a handful of material only. Now we take a full box full of plates and nails and screws, different size. So in Orissa right now we have got access to the best of instruments and also the best of implants. Still we are innovating things. We have innovated 3 things, and one of them is a jig which I devised for a plate to be used. The plate was used since 1958. It is called an angle blade plate. Another thing is a nail which is having a coating of antibiotics. Mostly during my time it was that we just amputated the limb. Then the patient was surviving maybe for 1 year like that. Now we are trying to save the limb. We are giving long joints, what we call mega joints, and our patients are walking.
Here we did cadaveric workshops 5 to 6 times, and those faculties all over India came to do the surgery and they appreciated such nice cadavers we have never seen in any places. When I started my career, I was telling almost 17th century OTI work. But if you see now, our OT is doing innumerable number of difficult surgeries, tumors, replacements, spines and whatnot. And even we are having robots in our many orthopedic OTs. The pediatric orthopedics also doing a very nice work on pediatric hips particularly, like osteotomies around the hip, particularly the slip capital femoral epiphysis, delayed cases, they are doing open dislocation along with the osteotomies technique also. That's a very rare sort of things. Previously people used to go to different centers in India for this kind of surgeries, which we have been doing here quite successfully.
The Bhubaneswar Orthopaedics Lab has been one of the first and foremost in the country and has reached many parts of the country with its glorious achievements. In this 8 years, the department has patented nearly 10 innovative instruments and equipments in association with IIT Bhubaneswar, Munjal University and different universities of the country.
We are doing all the latest technology, starting in from the biological implant to the polysynthetic implants and the other major procedures for the ACL ligament reconstruction, subsequently the PCL or any multi-ligament constructions. In shoulders, we are also not back behind any other part of the world as we are instrumental and we've been successfully treating all the rotator cuff injuries with the help of the latest patches which we know in the market. That stands similarly for in case of ankle ligaments. So whether it is knee, shoulder, ankle or hip scopy, we are all in front.
The training that I had there, the exposure that I had in those 4 years of working in the Kola Hospital at Muscat gave me tremendous insight into modern surgeries, modern ways of dealing with trauma. That time, AO principle was not followed in trauma practice. I started that in Bhubaneswar.
There used to be only one arthroscopy, one total knee replacement per month in Odisha or one spine surgery per month in Odisha. Now the numbers are hundreds per week.
Now there is a era for plaster to plastic. At that time in Odisha there is no vendor or stockist for joint replacement implants. So we used to ask from the Calcutta. So initially I struggled a lot. I did one joint replacement OT dedicated in KIMS. The management helped us to develop a OT and after that we never looked back. Now in Odisha it is a very popular surgery. Arthroplasty is very common and it started by SR to the professors, everybody doing joint replacement good setups. And thanks to our Odisha government who is giving also insurance coverage by Ayushman Bharat.
Started the endoscopic spine surgery. Now I have completed 3,005 cases of endoscopic spine surgery by Destined technique, which is the second highest in the world at present. And I am doing it with the 3D 4K camera, 3D 4K Star Germany, which is a single piece, not available anywhere in the world, only one piece, it is available in Bhubaneswar, Odisha.
Almost all surgeries our orthopedic surgeons are able to do even in a much better way when we compare to other states of India, and we are at par with the international level right now. We are doing robotic surgery, we are doing computer navigated hip replacement surgery, and we are planning to start shortly robotic assisted hip surgery also. We do unicondylar arthroplasty robotically. So in many centers, not only in Manipal Hospital, it is there in AIMS, it is there in Utkal Hospital, it is there in KR Hospital, it is there in Kalinga Hospital, you name any hospital. Right now in Cuttack also 2 to 3 centers like Ashwini Hospital and other hospitals, they are having also robotics. So technically we are much more advanced when compared to other states, and that we should feel proud about it, that we are doing the best. I feel proud about my Orthopaedic Association, our teachers, our senior members and our friends who have guided the entire orthopedic surgeons of our state to become technically and technologically advanced, and all are at par with the national level and international level.
We have seen those days and we have seen how the Odisha orthopedic scenario has improved by leaps and bounds to this date now when we are performing robotic knee replacement surgeries, and arthroscopy is just like a day-to-day procedure. So this journey of 15 years which I have seen in my own eyes, so it is very hard to believe the amount of progress Odisha orthopedics scenario has achieved over the last 15 years.
Thank you for telling us the story, sir.
And thanks to all our Guru sir who showed us the path.
Orthopedic is not a science, it is not a treatment, it is a way of life.
Sir, we promise to carry the legacy forward.
Sir. From our gurus to the student, the journey continues.